You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 look at the NCHSAA 2AA playoffs. I'm Dale Ross.
I'm the pet man, Matt Morrow.
And Matt, I'm hopeful that you have the previous score here. We got number 16 Parkwood at 8-6, going over to play number 2 Monroe, 12-2. Last week, Parkwood defeated Hunter Huss 24-14. You were at that game.
Sure was.
You want to say anything about it briefly?
Yeah, I'll be brief. I think the biggest thing that I came away with was the way Parkwood controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, especially on defense. Hunter Huss had real trouble getting anything going. They stopped Carry On more before he could get started. They didn't let him get outside. They played well in the pass game. And offensively, they were real efficient. They ran the ball, and then they threw it when they needed to, and they made big plays. And that's why they're in this position. I think it's on the back of a much improved defense.
Okay. Excellent. And then Monroe defeated East Lincoln. I think a very impressive game, 34-13. We had four Monroe players, player of the week for that ball game. Do you have the previous meeting score?
Previously, earlier this year, Monroe defeated Parkwood 46-7.
Now, I wanted to get the exact score because it was Parkwood's had a few rematches.
Yes,
Forest Hills was one, and they lost the first time round. They won the second time round. Of course, the Forest Hills game wasn't quite as far apart as the original or the first Monroe game. So, these are two Union County teams. Parkwood started out obviously by having to beat Franklin, a game that nobody gave them a chance.
Nobody.
Some of, one of my good buddies, B-Tango, John Till, I don't know that John's even watching this, but John was making the comment how Parkwood didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. And, and I told him, I said, they knocked off the number one team. What more can you have to do? If they didn't deserve to be, they would have been beaten in the first round.
Oh, man.
These guys have had to beat upper-seeded teams every night that they've played in the playoffs. So here they go at Monroe.
Yeah, I think the key for Monroe is they got to have a plan in offensively against this defense. Now, my first guess is saying Parkwood didn't play defense like this earlier in the season. Because obviously, you look at the Forest Hills game, they gave up 55, they gave up 46 to Monroe. So this is a different defense. They've done something over there to improve defensively, and it's working. So Monroe's got to look at that film and have a plan offensively for this attacking defense. And I think what you can do against these guys is they play man coverage in the secondary. And Mobley and Robinson do a really good job at corner. But I think they can be had off of either play action or maybe a trick play early on. And that's possible. And Monroe is good for those kind of things. They're well coached, and they will take advantage. I think they got to find a way to seal the edge to get outside with their athletes. They have a couple of very good running backs. And I think they can also trap off tackle as well. Parkwood is really focused on not letting you get outside. So they take some wide rush lanes, and I think you can kick out and trap up inside them or run off tackle. And that's the way Hunter Huss scored, is running off tackle in the power I with more. Defensively, I think you got to load up for the run on early downs and then take away the middle of the field on third down. Parkwood had a real tendency to run on first down, run on second down, and then if they were in third or medium and long, they threw the ball. So Monroe's going to see that on film, and I think they can game plan for that accordingly. For Parkwood, they got to play run first similar to last week. But their corners, Robinson and Mobley, I just mentioned, they can't go to sleep against the Monroe passing game because they got the freshmen and they got athletes that can make plays. And they're real good at taking advantage of one-on-one matchups in the secondary. Offensively, they're going to have to get a little more creative. I think offensively last week they ran maybe 10 to 12 plays, and they didn't need to against Hunter Huss, but I think they're going to need more against Monroe this week. And Monroe, I have a lot of respect for their staff. They won a lot of championships down there, and I think you're going to have to come with something a little different or a little more than that base package. In their previous matchup, they gave up 285 rushing yards on the ground to Monroe. That's out of score got so out of hand. So
Right.
they've got to do a better job stopping the run than in that previous matchup. And if they do those things, they're going to have a shot.
Well, awesome. Does the Cinderella story continue? Because we never would have thought Parkwood, at no point this season, last season, seasons past would we think that Parkwood would ever be in a regional final. It's hard to believe, and here they are. They're one step away from a state championship, but like you said, Monroe's, there's the coaching staff is solid.
Yeah.
And they know how to prepare against any team. So,
Right.
I think the whole thing's going to be, can they hold down? Can the Parkwood defense hold? Because Monroe's a prolific offense.
Yeah.
And so, can they hold them down and manage points? And they turn the tables on Forest Hills. Do they turn the tables on Monroe?
It's going to be a huge crowd. In Union County, you guys need to go pack the house, man.
Exactly. All you Porter Ridge and Sun Valley and Piedmont and Weddington fans, go support one of these two teams.
That's right.
Parkwood needs a lot of support. So
They will. And I'll tell you, I'll mention this. They showed last week. They had more fans than Hunter Hunt's.
Parkwood did.
Yes, and they were loud. And it was a pleasure sitting with you guys. And to the guy that brought me my tablet, thank you so much, because I would have been very upset if I lost it.
Well, thank you for that, and congratulations for the great fan support. I hope you guys have an awesome ball game. Thanks.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this. My music hits me so hard, makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me. When I'm mind to rhyme and too hype, it feels good when you know you're down. A super dope homeboy from the Oak Town, and I'm known as such. And this is a beat you can't touch. I told you, homeboy, you can't touch this.